His high curiosity was like, oh, I have to check this out now, and spend half of the day searching through the stuff and looking for items and something like this. And violent temper, I think, is negative if you have conversations with people. You can just punch them in the face if they annoy you. I would just be like this. Can I select an archetype? Nope. I cannot select an archetype because nothing I have fits to the archetype descriptions, which I have here. So a Torvalian, for example, has strength of 19. Can't make a Torvalian. Usually I would just re-roll until I have a good set of attributes. Having most above 10 is kinda good. You can, with change attributes, increase or decrease your stats. If you increase a positive stat, then you also have to increase 2 negative stats, or 1 negative stat 2 times. If you have increased 1 stat, you cannot decrease it anymore, and vice versa. So you cannot be like, okay, I decrease my wisdom and decrease my avarice, but then I increase my strength and increase my avarice again. That doesn't work. You either decrease a stat or you increase it. You can't do both at the same time. What else can we play? Dwarves need high strength, intelligence for druids. I have a pretty sucky character here. Yeah, I could make a green elf. Yes, let's try to make a green elf. I need to increase agility by 1. Increase. And then I increase curiosity by 2. So, can I now select green elf? No. Oh, wisdom of 13. Oops. Agility of 13, intelligence of 12, agility, intelligence. I cannot do anything with this character, so let's discard it. New attributes. Yes. Courage, agility, wisdom, dexterity, intuition, strength, charisma. Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Change attributes, increase agility and increase curiosity 2 times, increase intuition and increase curiosity and violent temper, decrease wisdom and decrease avarice 2 times. So now I should be able to, yes. Now I can choose an ice elf or Sylvan elf. Let's choose Sylvan elves. The character classes in this game are, as you can see, elves. A character class that is an elf? That doesn't make sense. You have, for example, character classes. The character classes, let me just say them out. You have Jester and She-Jester, Hunter and Huntress, Warrior and She-Warrior, kind of strange translations, Rogue and She-Rogue, Torvalian, Dwarf and Dwarfess, Warlock and Witch, Druid and Druidess, Magician and Magicienne, Green Elves, Ice Elves and Sylvan Elves. And yeah, you cannot be like a Green Elf Warrior, because Green Elves are a class of their own. And if you have like a normal class like Warrior, they're humans. Torvalians are more barbarics, and Magicians are, well, caster, stuff like that. The Elves are all caster hybrids, or pure caster. Usually pretty good with bow. Usually, Elves. Okay, we can now distribute 20, we have 20 attempts to increase our stats here. As you can see, there's a wide variety of stats spells, so if you don't have the manual, you're fucked. You're literally fucked. Here you have the combat abilities like unarmed, pointed weapons, axes, two-hand swords, thrown weapons, edged weapons, swords, polearms, missile weapons. Body, like hiding or dancing. Dancing is, for example, in a tavern. You can enter a tavern. One of the characters then can dance to gain some money, or play the lute and gain some money. Do some cheating on dice rolls and stuff to get money. Pickpocket, something like this. Social skills, how good they interact with other people. Elves are usually pretty secluded to themselves, so they are not very social people. Their lore, that's usually pretty important for mages and stuff. Reading, understanding different tongues, tactics, stuff like that. Craftsmanship, treat poison, wounds, diseases, cheating, train animals. Some of these things aren't used in the games, like driving. You don't drive a kettle in one of these games, so... But I guess it was in the role-playing games, so they adapted it. Or I think riding was somewhere here. You don't really need this either. Nature, very important later on, or not later on, during the game. I will explain this more. How good I am with weapons. The different spells. I'm not going to explain all the spells. I will explain the spells on the people I have. And I will explain every role of every character and what they are. But now I showed you the character generation. Sometimes you can only increase like 1, 2, and 3 times is maximum. Usually skills that are already pretty high, you can get 3 times or 3 attempts. You can fail 3 times and then you cannot increase it anymore for this level. And for example, if I try to train him now with, or her, whatever, with 200 swords, I can only choose like once or something, but missile weapons I can try 3 times. So the characters are pretty focused on what they can do. DT, there are 12, 13 gods in this game. All, if you pray at the temples, you usually have to donate some gold, pray, and then perhaps a miracle happens. There's one temple of... There's only one temple where you can resurrect your characters. You cannot just resurrect, you cannot cast resurrection spell. So if one of your characters die, then you need to pray and hope the gods have mercy with him. So your characters don't feel that powerful, like I can just resurrect the dead. Okay, usually in pen and paper, yes, Dungeons and Dragons, you needed gems worth 2000 gold in order to resurrect someone. It wasn't like an Eye of the Beholder, oh, I just open up my spell book, oh wait, I pray to my god and then I can resurrect the dead as often as I want. But yeah. Men and women don't have a difference in the stats. And yeah. That's it. Exit program. We don't need the character generator anymore. And we won't load a save. Too loud. I have to decrease the sound a bit. I will show you my party, show you who is responsible for what in the party. I even wrote this down so I don't forget it. And well, what their main purpose in the party is, and how I will in what direction I will get them doing level ups. And then we'll equip my party and end this part, because I already talked like half an hour about the character generation. So I guess I will talk half an hour about the new spells I have, or the spells I have, and the characters I created. So yeah, let's choose my party. Add which character? Elanarae, Eldan Loco, Lady Gilvan, no, she not yet, Morak Dice. Then Queen of Headless, Lady Gilvan, and last but not least, Victorian Robot. I choose some, well, 2 Let's Players, well, 3 Let's Players, slightly Gilbert, and 2 of my more comment active subscribers, so people who subscribe to me for a long time and are talking a lot about or commenting a lot. I needed names, so that's why one of the reasons is I'm really bad with choosing names. I usually have an anagram of Elanarae, and I kind of like to promote people and show if you are in my Let's Plays and you are a Let's Player, then I like your stuff. Otherwise, I wouldn't promote you. That's why I have like Big Fatty and Gaming Pixie in my Might Magic series to promote them there, and Queen of Headless and Morag Dice and this. Perhaps other local wanted to do a Let's Play too. Perhaps we started. I don't know. Anyways, this is the party. Green indicates the health bar, red indicates the mana bar. So we have 2, well, hybrid casters, kinda 3, and 1 pure caster, Victorian robot. And let's go through the classes. I'm a dwarf. I didn't want to make the dwarf someone else, otherwise they may be like, I have to be the dwarf, he sucks, I hate him. I have to drink. As you can see, he has stuff like a crowbar and a hammer with him. These are tools. Yes, you need tools in this game. Because sometimes, oh, the bridge is busted. What do you do? Oh well, I have a lot of rope in my bag. I have an axe. I have a hammer. Let's repair the bridge. No? Stuff like that. It's pretty accurate. It tried really good to be accurate with the game. The pen and paper game. He has 22 cards, which is the best money in the game. You have silver and bronze? Not sure. It's not a lot. Others have almost nothing. It kinda sucks. Dwarves and warriors usually have the highest amount of the cards. But I shouldn't have too much of a problem with money in this game. I hope. Okay. Let me get my notes. Okay. Elanarae, myself, skills. The dwarves are kinda like the dungeoneering people, and in this case even the charismatic magic exit. Like this. Charisma 10 is not bad. I am the haggler of the group. I have haggle skills at, where is it? Social haggle 2, which is the highest. Evaluate, it shows how much knowledge I have about an item, how much it's worth wise, not knowing what it is, but how much is it worth. Combat wise, he's a dwarf, so he's specialized in axes. Usually two-handed. Weapons and armor can break in this game, so I will make sure that I have a backup weapon. He will usually wield a two-handed axe to do more damage, but my backup weapon will be a one-handed axe with a shield, so if the shit hits the fan, I have some more defense. And he's the dungeon, and I'm the dungeoneer of the group. I can climb very well. I'm a backup healer. Well, out of combat healer, because I can treat poison, diseases, and wounds. So, orcs, for example, there's something you read in the manual. Orcs, they don't clean up their weapons, so the weapons are always bloodied with old dried blood. And if you fight orcs, there's a very high chance that you get diseased. And you cannot just usually you cannot just cast a spell like gone, because you don't regenerate mana that well in this game. And you have to treat diseases with herbs. So I treat diseases, poison, and wounds.